The requirement for the program is we have a string, and inside that string you have numbers. Let's say here you have 55, and then here you have 65, and here you have 34, and you have 2, and you have 55 in the end. So let's say I'll change it to some 57 or so, so that will have different numbers. That's fine. So now the requirement is we have to add these numbers, we have to separate these numbers and then add these numbers so that we'll get a sum, right? So that is my requirement, guys. Now how do we do it in Java, guys? So basically at a first glance you have to use regex patterns. That is evident for sure, right? So let me try to split this based on some regex pattern, guys. So I will use split method, and my split method, what does it have to say? It have to say I have to get only the numbers, and if I'm getting anything else I should just split it. All right, now here, guys, what is the regex pattern is this one. So now what does this do, right? So this basically will separate out or split this particular string whenever it encounters anything other than numbers. Okay, so let me see how does it work. So we'll get a string array as a part of this particular. Okay, guys, so I just written a simple for loop. Now I'll try to just print and see what is exactly printed in this particular case, guys. So I have saved, and if you see here, we are getting what we wanted. Again, we have to filter out based on this empty string has to be eliminated, guys. So I'll just do that. So we'll put an if condition, like we will say whenever we get this particular array, and if it is blank, guys, if it is blank, we don't want anything that is blank. Now I'll try to print it again. Yeah, now we are getting the numbers, guys. The simple thing is we eliminated all the alphabets from this particular string that we have, which are not numbers. So basically we are getting all the numbers that we wanted. Now we just have to sum it, guys. Now how to sum it? Very easy. We just initialize a variable sum equal to 0. But the problem here is, now the problem over here is everything is a string here, and we want them to add up into an integer, right? So how do you convert a string in an integer? So very simple, guys. So we have to use integer dot parse int, guys. So we will pass this string array of I, guys. This will convert every particular string that we are getting in an integer, guys. Now what we have to do is sum plus or equals to this particular thing. Now we are getting individual strings, and then we are converting them to an integer, and then we are adding to the sum, guys. So let me add a print statement over here. So which will say sum of numbers is, I will print sum, guys. So this is how we have to do it. So I'll try to run it, and if you see, you get the sum of the number, which is 213, which is actually the sum of 55 plus 65 plus 34 plus 2 plus 57, guys. So that is how you have to do, guys. Okay, so in case if you do not understand, please try to rewatch, guys. So basically we just filtered, we have splitted. The first step is you have to split the string whenever you encounter a non-digit, guys. So this split regex pattern, what it will do is it will split whenever it encounters any alphabet. Basically if it is not a number, it will try to split. For example, split happens at S, right? Now what it stores is, whenever a split happens, it will store an empty string into this particular array, guys. So empty string is stored at S, empty string is stored at D, empty string is stored at Z, and so on. And whenever it encounters any digit, split will not happen, guys. So it will happen for the first 5 over here and the next 5 over here. That means split will not happen, and actually this 55 is going to get stored into a slot in this particular array, guys. Now after this performance of this particular split operation, we are putting it through a loop and we are filtering all those empty strings that are part of this particular string array over here. Now if you filter those empty strings, what we'll get is the numbers that are actually stored in this particular string array, and we initialized some variable and then we converted those numbers into integers, and then we are calculating the sum of all of them by iterating in this for loop, guys. So that is how we have to do. Basically it will calculate all the sum and we're printing out the sum over here in the final statement, guys. Very straightforward and very easy. At a first glance you might see how to do it, but it's quite easy when you know what is the regex pattern that we have to use over here, guys. So that's all for today. Thank you so much, guys.